All the world is a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances. Shakespeare, 2016.
Death is dark. Death is sad. Death is painful. Depending on how you die, if you die because a wild dog grabbed your testicles and ripped them off and so you lost too much blood, then that is very, very painful. May the Lord be with your balls. But even if you die a very peaceful, painless, quick death, like you die in your sleep or somebody shoots you in the head, that kind of thing, it's still very painful for the ones who love you. And so death, just like life, is pain. After all, why am I talking like this? I'm trying to sound very philosophical. Death can be very depressing. I said can because it's not depressing if your enemies die. But depending on how you look at it, death can be one of the funniest things to ever happen to mankind and womankind. Shouts to all my feminists. The future is she-male. Death, as many people know it, is the end of life on this earth. Is there life after death? Stick around and we'll answer that question very soon. But as I said, death is the end of life, but it can also happen at the beginning of life. In fact, death starts before life begins. For the sperm to fertilize the egg that became you, a lot of other sperm had to die. And that's not even counting the billions and trillions of sperm that ended up in your mom's throat or your dad's tissue paper. And that's an image that will haunt you for life. Babies die. They shouldn't, but they do. It's sad, but it happens. And one reason why it's very sad for a baby to die is because we don't really have the ability to go into the future to see what they'll become. Because looking at some of the adults who are living right now, it wouldn't have been a bad thing if some of them never made it out of the hospital, okay? I'm just saying, okay? Some people, yeah. Listen, it only took one Adolf Hitler to kill millions of Bill Gates people. It only took one Idi Amin to kill all those people and eat other human flesh. Maybe if something happened to baby Amin and he didn't survive in the hospital, that wouldn't really be a bad thing. I don't think anybody would disagree with me on that. But Idi Amin was also very funny, so...
But if you drink very little, you feel very happy, very proud, and you talk to your people, that will be... I'm just advising you.
I guess it's fine. I guess it's good that he survived. We can forgive him for all the things he did in Uganda. Guys, if you want me to make a video about Idi Amin, let me know in the comments below, because I swear, I can write a book on the guy.
You will not even have sense.
Like in that scene in Deadpool where he went back in time and saw the baby Hitler. Tell me if it was you, you wouldn't kill the baby. I wouldn't have done it. But you tell me, what would you have done?
Why do you ask me about Hitler?
But a baby's death will always come with pain. Even if we knew that they would grow out to be an evil person, we'll still cry when they die because they're just little, innocent, helpless, cute things. And most of them might turn out to be great people anyway. The evil people in the world are fewer than good people. Regardless of what you believe and what you see in the media, good people are more than bad people. Imagine if Patapa wasn't born. Or Portable.
God, you are ego. Who go help?
Life will not make sense. It will be incomplete.
I just wanna go, yeah.
Me neither.
I wish never go, yeah.
Imagine if that guy died in the hospital. We would not have classic moments like that. One of the best things about death is that it can come at any time and for anybody. It's a universal equalizer. It doesn't give a fuck who you are. Baby, adult, white, black, gay, straight, man, woman, bitch, pussy, bring your mind back over here. If death was a person, it would be the best human rights activist because it does not discriminate at all. And that's why death is so fearful. We are so afraid of it. People are so afraid to die that rich people are paying money to upload their mind and their consciousness into the cloud computing system so that they can live forever. Many people are afraid to die because of the fear of the unknown. Throughout history, humans have been so obsessed with what happens after we die. Every religion has their own version of the afterlife. According to Christianity, my religion, which is the one true religion by the way, because it's the one I was born into, when you die, your soul will be judged by the Almighty God, and if you have the Lord Jesus Christ as your savior, then you go to heaven and live in pure joy eternally. But if you don't have Jesus as your savior, then you will go to hell, regardless of how good you were on earth. It doesn't matter. All the good deeds you've done is all baller. You will go to hell where ugly demons will drive sharp objects like arrows and spears inside your ass, especially if you were a gay man. If you were a whore and a slut as a woman, they will drive sausages with safety pins sticking out of them into your vagina and pull it out and in and out multiple times. And you are going to suffer in the lake of fire and brimstone for eternity. But as the great George Carlin once said,
but he loves you.
Yes, He still loves you, even as you are in hell forever and ever. He still loves you over there. What's amazing love. Now, Islam's afterlife is quite similar to Christianity, but in their case, you get judged based on your good deeds. If you have a lot of good deeds, you go to paradise. If you have a lot of bad deeds, you go to hell. I'm not even going to try and say the Islamic name for paradise and hell, but that one seems fair. There's even a stage in death where they give you a book of your deeds, and then there's another stage where your good deeds and your bad deeds are weighed, and if your good deeds weigh more than your bad deeds, then you go to paradise. I think I saw a thing where if you finish your punishment in hell, you get to go to paradise. I may be wrong. If you're Muslim, please let me know in the comments below. But yo, this system makes way more sense than okay. Shouts to my Jehovah Witness people, the nicest people on earth. And according to them, there is no hell. Like when you die and you're a bad person, you just vanish. Okay? You don't go to any fire and burn forever. There's nothing like that. The good people will live forever and the bad people will just vanish. Now, some time ago, I was chasing this Jehovah Witness girl once, and she was telling me how there's no hell in the thing. And I'm like, hey, this sounds nice. Okay, I mean, this booty looks nice and this hell thing sounds nice. So sign me up. But I didn't sign up because I didn't sign up. But the truth is, nobody really knows what happens after we die because nobody has gone and come back, right? Aside Jesus Christ, nobody has done it, right? Right? Rise up! Come on! Well, I actually have.
I went, whoa! I mean, I literally hollered, whoa! I mean,
And this is a story I've kept to myself for a long time because I always felt that people would not believe me for obvious reasons. But now I have decided to share my story with the world. So when I was 6 years old, I was driving to church one day and I got stopped by the police. They asked me for my license, but I didn't have one, and so they arrested me and put me in the police aeroplane and drove me back to the station. Now, while we were driving in the aeroplane back to the police station, I remember there was a huge storm that lifted the plane into the air and my face hit the windscreen. And at that moment, all I could see was a bright light. I was in a different place. It was very peaceful and very beautiful. I felt this intense joy in my heart that I have never felt before. And then I heard a voice calling my name.
Let's play, my son.
And then I looked at him and I asked, who are you? What is your name? And that is when he said to me,
Na me, your guardian angel, Angel Burna boy. You don't cast.
If I hear another one of these bullshit stories, I swear down, I would drink rat poison. Okay, I would spray insecticide in my mouth and die. Heavenly tourism is something I mentioned in one of my older videos, and I wanted to make a whole video about it, but since I'm talking about death in this video, let's do it.
Crystal McVeigh wasn't having a dream. She had died and says she woke up in heaven.
Let me tell you, I used to eat that shit up. I've read thousands and thousands of stories of people who have gone to heaven and come back. I'm not even joking. I spent hours and hours reading all these encounters and watching these videos. And one of the most popular ones of all time was that fucking book and that movie, Heaven is So Real. Oh my goodness, bro. Let me tell you.
I see it, so I believe it.
Do you?
Heaven is so real, that book is not. Every youth church everywhere has watched that movie before. You've all sat down one time and watched that movie before. Now, the very first problem with this heavenly tourism thing is this. These people all go to heaven and their description is always different from each other. Like, there is a biblical description of heaven and it is never the same as these people who go to, it's never the same as these stories. Now, some people have told me before that, oh, maybe it's possible they all went to a different part of heaven because heaven is big. Maybe they all didn't go to the same place, so that's why they're all seeing different things. But the problem is that, I don't know what it is, but all these people who go to heaven, they seem to have a certain privilege because all of them, they go to the highest points. They go to the throne of God. They go to Jesus Christ's bedroom. They see the highest of the highest. Like, okay, so you went to heaven and you saw the throne of God and you saw a big light sitting on the throne and you're so powerful.
You have an appointment with the Most High God. I saw a man, the only other person other than Jesus that had a crown, he had a red beard, and that was King David. I saw him from afar, and Jesus assigned him to bring me to my house. There's
one that I heard on radio one time where the person said he went to the throne of God and he touched his hand. Hey! Okay, fine, you went to the throne of God, but what you are saying is not the same as what the Bible is saying. So which one did you go to? The one you went to, was it Heaven Pro Max? Is that where you went to? Like, bro, the Heaven is So Real guy actually drew a picture of Jesus Christ. Like, Tell me that isn't the most generic white Jesus movie, Jesus Christ, you have seen ever. So it wasn't that guy who drew the picture, but it was another girl who drew the picture, and then that guy, the guy who wrote Heaven is for Real, confirmed that that is the real face of Jesus Christ that he saw in his vision when he went to heaven. Amazing.
And I said, okay, Colton, what's wrong with this painting? And he just froze. Colton, what's wrong with this painting?
A friend of mine posted this tweet recently where he said something like, Lazarus died for 4 days and he didn't see anything, but you who fainted for 3 hours, you have come and released an 8-hour DVD, something like that. The tweet said something like that. But it's true. Somebody will have a 2-hour surgery and they'll come out with 16 hours of content on a DVD, and they have bonus content where they're talking about how Beyonce is in the Illuminati, and when she's dancing, her face will turn to a monster. All that bullshit. Another big inconsistency is that when they go to heaven and they come back, or they go to hell, they all come back with a different system of judgments. They all saw a different system of judgment. And people will go and come back and say something like, oh, when I went there, I saw that they were building houses for people, and whenever somebody gives money to a homeless person, they get a new house in heaven, right? And another person will have another system and say, oh, you know, if you win a soul for Christ, then you get 15 blocks for your house, and if you do this, then you get 65 blocks for your house. And they all have a different system. People go to hell and they say, oh, there's a department for people who do this, there's another department for people who do this, and everybody has all these different things. I'm like, is it one? The heaven and hell, is it one? Or is it, are you people all seeing the different? what is going on?
I was thirsty. The angel said, you're thirsty? I said, yes. He said, I'll get you some water. And this man said, I'll get him the water. And I looked. Oh, my shook, I'm getting goosebumps. Excuse me a minute. Whew. He's thick, barrel-chested man. He said, hello, Jesse. I'm your father in the faith. I'm Abraham. I was dehydrated. And I would do this. I said, what's happening? He said, you're going to have to eat some fruit so you can withstand the glory of God.
Shut the fuck up, bro. Get the fuck out of here. The fuck are you saying? Angelica Zambrano, do you guys remember that girl? Angelica Zambrano said she went to hell. She saw Michael Jackson and she saw the demons sliding backwards like the way he does the moonwalk. Hey, mommy. Like, if somebody comes and says they've had some supernatural experience, or even you yourself as a Christian, you have any kind of experience, you saw something, you have to cross-check it with the Bible. If it doesn't go according to the Bible, it is a lie. Okay, you guys don't. I don't want to stop preaching like. But the main points are that heavenly tourism is not necessary. The stories are all inconsistent with the Bible, making all of them untrue. If you're a Christian and you believe the Bible is the highest form of God's word, then you have to believe that if it's not according to the Bible, then it's untrue.
See, everything I thought about heaven was totally wrong. I thought Peter at the gate, that ain't true. No, you know, just people saying all that kind of stuff.
Listen, I can talk about this thing for hours. Heavenly tourism is bullshit, and I would debate anybody, I don't care who you are, I don't care how many years of Bible school you've done, I debate anybody on this topic. It's fake and it's bullshit. So the question now is, what really happens when we die?
What do you think happens when we die, Keanu Reeves?
I know that the ones who love us will miss us.
Oh, that's so touching. Oh my God. But that is wrong. I have the answer and I'll tell you right now. Funerals. That's what happens when we die. Funerals. You know, when somebody dies, it's very, very sad and it's very dark. So you do some kind of service to pay your last respects, that kind of stuff. And then you do other things like buy a lot of drinks, cook a lot of food, organize a party after the church service so that we can dance and eat in our sadness. Now, if you think I'm joking, then you are not from Ghana, because in my country, funerals are a huge deal. Now, that is not an all-black party. That is a funeral. And most likely, 60% of the people you're seeing over there have no relation to the dead person whatsoever. That is a Gbonyo party, and a Gbonyo party is open to everybody. This is just what we do. We cry on Friday and Saturday, Sunday, we have a church service, and after the church service, we feast. Because what is life? You have died, and so what? We shouldn't have fun. Are you crazy? That's why you are dead. Well, we are so good at funerals that in 2020, our pallbearers went viral worldwide. Because of their unique dance with the casket. And that's the thing we do all the time. It's very common. Every funeral you see pallbearers doing some kind of skills. And those guys ended up selling their NFT for like $1 million, because in Ghana, death pays. It is big business for everybody. And one of the big parts of funerals in Ghana are the tributes. And almost every time you hear them use the same line in the speech, almost every fucking time.
You were a very happy person, always cracking jokes to make us laugh. Until one day death laid its cold hands on you. Death, oh death, why are you so wicked?
I swear down, bro. I swear down. If I hear another person give that same speech and say that same line again at another funeral, I'll pour cold water on everybody over there. Like, you just lost somebody that you really, really love. At least for once in your uncreative life, try and come up with something unique. Okay, just this one time for the person that you truly love. This death thou hast laid your cold hands on me. That line is begging to die. That line is begging to be laid to rest. Allow it. Just move on. I know you are sad. I know you are stressed out. I know it's a very difficult time, but at least try. Okay, it's very important. So if any of my people use that line at my funeral, I will drag you into the casket with me and I'll order them to bury us together. You are just wasting your life at that point. You don't deserve it. You come with me. Now, speaking of tributes, at every funeral you have different types of people who read the tributes. You might have some guy who's very poetic and they don't read the tributes. They always come up with fresh lines in their head.
So instead of reading these tributes, I want to say a couple of words from the deepest part of my heart, if you will permit me. You see, just like we cannot determine when the rain will fall, it's the same way we cannot determine how and when Odomankoma will call. And as the saints go marching in and the departed go beyond the now, unlike us over here with frowns and tears on our faces, they do so with a big smile. Grandma, you will be missed.
And then sometimes you have somebody who cannot read. I don't know why they pick these people.
In 1995, Grandpa I'm sorry guys, I'm just yes, graduated. Thank you very much. Graduated from
secondary school.
Secondary school.
And then you have these people who always want to sing a song before they do everything.
Now, before I read a tribute, I would like all of us to stand up and sing a song, Daddy's favorite worship song that he sang every Monday morning. Instrumentalist, can you please help me? Yes. Hosanna, 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 Hosanna to Magraheb. Hosanna, 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 Hosanna.
Now, one of the weirdest kind of funerals are these funerals where the person who died did nothing in their life. Like, they have no achievements in their life. And so when they're reading their biography or their tributes, they try and milk every single thing that they can to make it look like they've done something in their life.
In class 5, he was the class prefect of his class. In class 6, he became the bellboy of the school. And in junior high school, he impregnated 4 ladies, which is still the record for the highest pregnancies by one man in the entire village. In Kolano, the children over here, yes. Can you stand up and wave? Let's all see you. Yes. Your father was a great man, very strong in bed.
Now, there's this weird thing we do when somebody dies. It's like if somebody dies, out of respect, you can't say bad things about them, even if they were a bad person. You can think whatever you want in your head, but at the funeral, everybody has to be positive. And sometimes they just lie about the person and say very nice things, and I'm sure sometimes the person themselves cannot believe what they are hearing.
Mr. Agokoli was a very good man, very generous to his people, and never missed a chance to do good to somebody close to him. If he buys bread, he will break it into half and share with the whole community. If he buys oranges, he will cut them into different slices and share with the whole community.
Hey, boss, but why you like? That would never happen, but I wish it could. If I could pay money for it to happen, I would, but that would never happen. And I guess we do that thing out of respect for the dead person, and more so out of respect for their loved ones, because we don't want to hurt them. And that brings us to the Queen. The Queen died a few days ago from when I'm filming this. Now, contrary to what some of you are thinking, no, I did not kill the Queen in order to use her death for my video. That's not what happened. I've been working on this video for about 2 weeks now, and if I could wish somebody dead for it to happen, I wouldn't choose the Queen. Choosing the Queen would have been a wasted wish. I mean, the woman was about 600 years old. She had been living for a very long time. She was already on her way out. Now, is it great that she died at this time so I can use her picture for my thumbnail and get more clicks? Well, I wouldn't use the word great. I'll just say convenient. Now, I just said that when somebody dies, we all like to say nice things about them, but the Queen's death is one that has not drawn sympathy at all. Obviously, some people will be sad, but a lot of people are talking about all the bad things that she did. Yo, some of the things she did, you would think they happened in the 1800s because they were so horrible, but they happened quite recently. It's crazy. Some of the things they did in Kenya and the concentration camps in the torture, bro, yo, people are pulling out dirty things that she did or things that happened under her watch. But it's quite crazy how people are now bringing up everything she did, like were they scared when she was alive? And also, are you surprised that the British people did horrible things? Like, this is the whitest family on earth, and these people basically, they live like Game of Thrones in 2022. I mean, I feel for the Queen, okay, because as a Ghanaian, I know she really loved Ghana, okay, she really loved us and our gold and our diamond and all those things. In Britain and Ghana, we have a very close relationship, especially when they were stealing our things. And now that she's dead, they are going to channel their inner Ghanaian and spend millions of pounds of taxpayer money on the Queen's funeral. Amazing. And now King Charles will be the king. I already said King Charles. Like, can you believe that this guy is the Queen's son? This guy looks old enough. If you told me that he was the Queen's dad, I would believe you. And now that the Queen is dead, finally we will have a man in charge. Now I know how that sounds like, but I didn't mean it like that. Let me explain. So I swear I had an explanation for this, but I've forgotten. But listen, just trust me, okay? I didn't mean it the way it sounded. I didn't mean it like, you know, like that. Like, yeah, we're going to have a man in charge like a woman, you know. I didn't mean it like that. Just trust me. I forgot the explanation. But just trust me. I'm not like that, okay?
Oh, the Queen! That inbred, antiquated old cow. The only way she could stop me is if she sat on me with her big, fat, royal bottom.
And death is such a huge deal in Ghana that when somebody dies, everybody has to know. And so we pay graphic designers to make posters and billboards sometimes to announce to everybody that this person that you did not know, have never met, and do not give two fucks about has died. And you don't need to come for the funeral, we are just letting you know for some reason. And the posters always have a couple of things. There's always an exclamation depending on how the person died. Common ones include what a shock if the person was young, celebration of life if they are old. Other common ones are called to glory, home call, transition, in loving memory, and the almighty obituary. If you were a wicked person and nobody liked you, you get finally, at long last, God is great, amazing grace, bless the Lord, oh my soul. Less common ones include some family members are wicked. That's a real one, by the way. Guys, we even pay TV stations to announce funeral arrangements. Like in between shows on GTV, they'll have this long time where they are just giving funeral arrangements and funeral announcements, and then you hear, there will be no wake. Like, I didn't give a fuck about you when you were alive. You think I'll give a fuck about your funeral arrangements and your children and your grandchildren and all that stuff? Like, why are you interrupting my Home Alone movie on Christmas Day to tell me about somebody I don't know? Like, I don't even know how much that thing costs, but I know it is not cheap. And that's another thing about Ghanaian funerals. They cost a lot of money. Like, there'll be a house in the neighborhood and everybody knows that these people are broke, but we'll wait until somebody dies. Hey, Ajete, I thought you said your family was struggling and you didn't have any food to eat after your father died. But I'm here at the funeral and there's an all-you-can-eat buffet with wache, jollof, plain rice, chicken, spring rolls, and yam balls. Yam balls! And oh papa, he has not even seen yam balls before he died. The food at this funeral can feed the entire neighborhood, and you are living in Nungwa Mami. Hey, Ajete, are you sure you're broke? Please pay me my money, pay me my money, please. Funerals in Ghana are crazy as fuck, and it's one of the cultures in Ghana that I'm not a fan of. I don't like it at all. Now, if you're still watching the video at this point, you're probably asking, like, why am I making this video? Why did I make this entire video? Is it because of the Queen? Fuck no, I'm African. I'm not supposed to give a fuck about the Queen. Even the royal family doesn't give a fuck. So why am I making this video? Well, 2019 was the worst year of my life. I lost my dad. Don't feel sorry for me. I'm fine. I have a lot of bitches and you don't know me. Now, up until that point, I had been to so many funerals, but that was the first one where I was right in the middle of it because, you know, as the heir to the throne, you understand? That whole thing. I completely hated these funerals are the worst. Fast forward 1 year later, we had to go to the cemetery and go and do some plenty things and more crying, all kinds of things I've forgotten. So we are over there, everybody's wearing black, everybody's crying, you know, the women are crying more, rolling on the floor, all kinds of things. And me, I wasn't crying probably because my toxic masculinity will not allow me to cry. And then all of a sudden it began to rain. And right there, my face went from a sad face to a smile. Now I couldn't smile too much because, you know, these Nigerian movie people who are over there will start thinking that, why are you smiling? Are you smiling because you are involved in the... And then right there, I sent this text to my friend. We are at the cemetery, it's raining. Perfect Hollywood scene. Because the first thing that came to my head when the rain was falling was, this is how all Hollywood funeral scenes are. They are standing there in black and it starts raining. It's raining, you know, all of them. And that moment over there taught me a couple of things. First of all, I'm fucking insane to even be thinking about that kind of thing while we are doing a thing like that. But the second thing for me was the fact that I was able to have such a brief moment of laughter while I was feeling so much pain at the same time. That moment taught me not to take life or death too seriously. Life is already hard, so laugh when you can. Death is already coming, so live while you can. Don't be afraid to die. Death is like tomorrow. It will come whether you like it or not. Unless you die today, then for you there will be no tomorrow. The funny thing about videos like this is that while I'm still here, it will only get a couple thousand views, and then when I finally go on, it will blow up, and then everybody will come and say, oh my god, he was talking about it before he died. And if you're watching this when I'm dead, welcome. And also, you fucking bitch, why didn't you watch it when I was alive so that I could benefit from it? Now that I'm watching it, what do you want me to do? What am I going to use the money or the views or whatever for? The fuck out of here. But continue. Thank you for watching though. I still won't ask you to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. I will ask you to live a good life while you can. Okay, this life thing happens only once. There are no do-overs. This is not a dress rehearsal. This is the show. So live it and play your part while you can. And when it's time for you to get out, you get the fuck out. I'll see you soon in another video.
People are gonna never ever ask you to like and subscribe, but you go share my video if you know you're feeling my vibe. People are gonna never ever ask you to like and subscribe, but you go share my video if you know